Hi, it's Chef Rick, and today I am making arancini.
Here it is, everybody's favourite arancini. First thing we're going to do is make a sauce for the arancini. We're going to use Marcel Hazan's famous Italian sauce, which is just a can of tomatoes, a knob of butter, an onion sliced in half. That's it, that's the ingredients of this sauce, and you just put that onto a low heat for a couple of hours. This has just gone on just now, just whilst the heat caught, you see, just because the butter's starting to melt. So I'll just show you, when that butter starts to melt, it looks a little yellow, a little light. But as this sauce kind of simmers away for a couple of hours, that colour all combines and goes beautiful as the sauce thickens. So we'll just give it one last little stir. And then we're going to leave it, as I say, for a couple of hours on the stove. And if you want a simple tomato sauce, which some people call this the best tomato sauce in the world, that's it. That is it right there. It's so simple that, you know, if you don't believe me, go and try it. It's not going to take you long. But yeah, that sauce there's had a couple of hours, just sat there for a couple of hours. Take out those onions. Don't just throw those away, they taste delicious. You might want to slice them, chop them, put them in something. And that is the sauce. Give it a little taste test because you're about to season it. So all you're going to do is do a very simple seasoning with salt and black pepper. But it's a silky sauce from the butter. It's kind of rich. Because it's been cooking a while, a lot of the water's left it, so it's got the quite intense tomato flavour. Just salt and pepper it, and we use this for all sorts. For pizza sauce, for my son who's only one, like if he's going to make tomato sauce, obviously not as much salt and pepper for him. Or butter, obviously. But yeah, there you go. Delicious, amazing tomato sauce. That is going to be for dipping our arancini in. Arancini is a Sicilian street food using leftover risotto. I just made a risotto. You'll see, I'll put a link to that video here. And I'd be crazy if I then didn't make an arancini. So here is the stations as we go them. They're breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs. Any breadcrumbs will do, but if you can find panko breadcrumbs, it's a bit crispier, a bit crunchier. Eggs. We're actually going to whisk the eggs properly instead of just kind of mixing them together with a fork. So when you mix them together with a fork, they don't perfectly combine into a liquid, which is fine if you're making scrambled egg or something. But if you're going to be using like an egg wash, best thing would be to totally whisk it, really get that into a liquid. So we're just going to whisk up the egg there. A seasoned flour, which is just where I'll use any flour here. I'm using a type 00 flour, it's just an Italian flour. And I'll season this with salt, black pepper. I used some chili powder and a little paprika as well. Not enough that you would even notice it, but it's there in the background, it just stops it. Oh, and some white pepper, there's some white pepper also. Whilst I'm adding these spices to the flour, I will ask you, please, if you like my videos, can you please hit like? If you don't like them, that's no problem at all. And also, if you're not subscribed, it's free for you. You can just click the subscribe button at the bottom and it really helps me. I do 3 of these videos a week, so I would really appreciate it if you did that, but if you don't, it's no problem at all. That's a seasoned flour. And now just some mozzarella cubes. So this is a firm mozzarella, kind of mozzarella that you can obviously slice like that without it being all wet, and you can use that for pizzas. I think they actually call it mozzarella for pizzas in supermarkets, but what I'm doing is just making cubes. The cubes are going to go into the center of the arancini, so just take a moment or two, just chop this into cubes like that. And there's the old risotto. I say old, it's only like a day old and it's been covered and everything, but that's cold, kind of firm risotto. And here's our little station. So you've got the risotto, you got the mozzarella balls, you got the seasoned flour, the egg wash, the panko breadcrumbs, and there's the fryer. The fryer's set to 160. So what we do is I will take out a piece of the risotto in my hands. As you can see, it's dry at this point because it's cold. It's just been sat there. Of course, yeah, the risotto's got to be cold at this point, if that's not obvious. Stick a square of mozzarella in the middle and then wrap the risotto around it. You don't want to over squeeze this. You don't want to be too totally compact. You don't want to kind of crush up the rice, but you want it to form a nice round ball just like that. Into the flour, the seasoned flour first of all. Proper chef will tell you that you're supposed to use the left hand for wet and right hand for dry, and that way you don't get sticky hands. I'm just doing this for the purpose of the video here, just so you can see what I'm doing. If I was doing left hand, right hand, you wouldn't see, would it? Into the egg wash, and then finally into the panko breadcrumbs. And then from there, just dust off any excess, but make sure it's covered all over and it's still kept its nice round shape, like that. Then into the fryer, carefully into the fryer. If I've got a fryer like this, so it's nice and easy, you can lower it in. This fryer is set to around about 160, so it's not just going to instantly burn. You want this to cook probably for between 5 and 10 minutes, just so that inside the mozzarella melts, that all the risotto rice is lovely and hot, and it's got a beautiful crispy outside. If the oil was too hot, it would just cook far too quick. You'd crisp up the outside and everything in the middle would be cold. So this has been frying away now for, yeah, like I say, probably about 7 or 8 minutes. And just look at that. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely perfect. It's not burnt, it's kept its lovely colour on the outside. Serve them alongside the sauce. Make as many as you can because they will get eaten. That sauce bowl's a bit full. Normally I would have had a massive dunk in there, but it's absolutely delicious. Look, you've got a beautiful, soft, oozing mozzarella middle. You've got lovely, beautiful risotto rice, crispy outside. Dip it into that rich but sweet, classic, authentic tomato sauce. It's a winner. Never met anyone who doesn't like them. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you make these yourself. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.